What is going on, everyone? It's Ultimate Spy 53 here, and welcome to another episode of Reviewed number 146. And today, I'm going to be reviewing the movie The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. So what did I think of The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? I thought this movie was fantastic. I remember watching it. I don't know when it came out, but probably around that time, because I know it came out in 2005. I don't think I watched it during that time, but it's still a memorable movie, one of my favorite sci-fi movies, favorite sci-fi comedies in general. It is a great movie. It's very fun, and I really enjoyed watching it again. I thought I might as well take care of this movie because it's a really good classic sci-fi movie. And it came out at a really awesome time because 2005 was a great year for a lot of great movies. I like the cast in this one, for example. I just thought it was really good. It had a great cast. Some of the best cast I've seen, at least for that movie. It had like Martin Freeman, Zooey Dischanel, Sam Rockwell, Bill Nighy, Richard Griffiths, who is the voice of the main Vogon, and then also Alan Rickman, who voices Marvin, the depressed robot, which I found he's just a funny character because he's always so negative all the time. It's just like, what's the point? You won't like it, you know, what's the point even doing anything? He's just a very fun character because he's just like, he's always so negative, he's just depressed all the time. And that's why he's a fun character. You know, he's not the best character, but he's still a really fun character to just have along because he's always makes the comedy in the movie because it's like he's so depressed all the time, so I really like that. And this movie also invented the answer to life, the universe, and everything. The whole idea about how 42 is used like everywhere and everything. Like, you know, what is life? Oh, 42. Because it's like it's like, you know, life is 42. That's what we had. Like it introduced. I mean, I never read the books of this. It's based off a book of by Douglas Adams. I never read the book. I think I might have glanced through it one time, but I never actually read the book. It was a series boy back when that was also like adapted for the book, and I only watched like maybe a little bit of that show. Never really got into it. I don't think I did really. I don't know if that really mentioned it, but I know that this one it mentioned 42. It's like it became ever since the movie came out. 42 has been like the go-to number for answering the meaning of life kind of thing, which I kind of found was a fun thing. How this movie is the one movie that like basically it gave us the answer to the life universe and everything, which is not true because we don't know the answer to life universe and everything. But you know, maybe one day we'll know. But for now, it's gonna be just 42, which I think is a great number because 42 is a great number. But I also liked Stephen Fry. He is the narrator or guide of the movie. He voices the guide, and he's basically just the information person. And I just think it's great. He has a great voice, and overall, I just like the guide in general. I also like the kind of like the animation that goes along with the guide. That was really fun. Kind of like a menu showing you the different things, like a definition of what things are, which is really cool. You know how the Vogons or this translator thing, or anything like that, or the gun. Just basically the whole thing. It just describes each thing and just talks about each thing with a little animation, which I thought was really fun. So, and this movie had a great soundtrack. It had a great soundtrack. I mean, there's a lot of movies out there that have great soundtracks, and I just love soundtracks in general. But this movie, it had a very unique soundtrack. Cause you know, some movies out there, I don't actually find the soundtrack to be all that fun. It's just kind of boring. But this movie had a great soundtrack. It had a really fun soundtrack. The opening song is great because it's you know, so long and things shall fish, which is a great song, and it's fun. It was really fun, and I really like that soundtrack. It's bassy and it's catchy, it's musical, and it's awesome. So I like that soundtrack a lot. It was very fun. It had a lot of great British comedy because a lot of the cast was in fact British. Well, Martin Freeman was British, Richard Griffiths, Bill Nighy, Alan Rickman. Those are just a few out of the actors who were actually British. Most of actually all the Volgons were all British actors and all that stuff. And even the computer, which I believe is voiced by Helen Mirren, who is an English actress, I think also. She voiced the computer, and you know, she's obviously British, so it was fun to see that. But also just because of how much British actors were involved, it had a lot of British comedy. And just used the comedy well with that, which I found was really fun. It had a lot of really funny comedy. Because it just shows you, because the guy kind of points it out. It's like the guy that's there to make it all funny. I liked it a lot. That was the best part of the comedy was the narrator or the guide. It was great. And one character that I did not like. I mean, my favorite character is obviously Trillian or Trisha. because she's beautiful and all and everything. She's a fun character, but I did not like Zaphod, particularly actually his head. I didn't like that. We first meet him. He doesn't have that. We don't really who know who he is. He's a guy from a different planet. And he has a spaceship, and for some reason he was wearing lip gloss, which is I didn't like that. It was weird. But he has two heads because apparently to be president, you can't have a whole brain or something like that. So he has two heads, and they just kind of pop out of nowhere. Apparently, it was a thing back in the original series of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I've only watched like a little bit of that show, hardly any of it really, and I just don't like this whole head thing. It's just weird. It's I don't know, unsettling and kind of surprising. I just don't like it. That's one of the things I did not like about the movie. I just did not like Zaphod's head thing. And then of course, by the time Hamakavula takes it out, that's where it's like, okay, back to normal. And there's actually a Star Wars Easter egg in this movie because this movie came out the same year that Star Wars Episode 3 came out. So I guess it was a great time to put the Easter egg in the movie because there's a scene on the spaceship they're on where Trillian takes out a knife and basically ignites it, and it turned out to be a lightsaber. It's literally a lightsaber blade, and it turns out it has sound effects as a lightsaber, which I found really cool. And it's just awesome the fact that they added that in there because this movie came out the same year as a Star Wars movie, which is a fantastic idea. I love that. I completely forgot that was actually a thing that happened, but I just was really impressed by that. I was like surprised, like, oh, that's cool. And I mean, but the first time I saw it, I don't know what my reaction was, but seeing it again after a long time, I'm always happy when I see that scene. It's amazing. And there are a lot of movies out there that I watch where it's the first time I've seen certain actors. In this case, it was the first time I saw Martin Freeman, Zooey Dischanel, and Bill Nighy all in the same movie. That was the first time I saw them. I might have seen Zooey Dischanel in another movie, but I'm pretty sure this was the first movie I saw her, and I'm pretty sure. But after seeing this movie, I wouldn't have seen Martin Freeman until the Hobbit movies, or obviously Sherlock. Actually, both of them, Sherlock and Hobbit movies. Obviously Sherlock first because that came out first, but that's where I kind of recognize him from. But I didn't really know him at all really when this movie came out. I didn't know much about him, so I mean now I know a lot about him. But no, back then this is the first movie I saw him in. Same thing with Zooey Deschanel and then Bill Nighy. I kind of saw Bill Nighy in a lot of other things. So he's a good actor, by the way. Bill Nighy's great. He's always a win. But it was the first movie that I saw all three actors in. There's other actors out there, but I've already seen them in the movies like Alan Rickman. He was also doing Harry Potter at the same time, and with the Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire came out at the same time as this. So it was again, 2005 was a great year for movies. There's a lot coming out there in that year. So And like the guy says in the movie, I did not like the Vogons. The Vogons are supposed to be like that. They're unpleasant. They're just ugh. And I just don't like them. They're ugly and they're just unpleasant. And I mean, the cool thing is that they're puppets. I mean, do you think that they would use CGI? But they use puppets. They use actual puppets, which is a fantastic idea. But I did not like the Vogons. They're just weird. I mean, despite the fact that all the voices of the Vogons are all British, I still didn't like them. They just no. And this movie was one of John Malkovich's more unsettling roles. I just didn't like it. He played Hamakavulu, who was a former space pirate, and I just didn't like him. I mean, in later movies that I've seen him in, he's been great, but in this movie, he's just creepy. He's just weird, and I don't like him. He's a space pirate, as he said, he's a former space pirate, and apparently he lost his legs, so his legs are now like these appendages thingy, spider-like appendages that just crawl. They're just it's so weird. I don't like him. And apparently he wears these thick glasses because if he doesn't wear them, then he has basically these sunken eyes, and it's just ugh. I did not like him in this movie. I mean, he's meant to be creepy, but yeah. I mean, he's a very popular actor. John Malkovich is a legendary actor, but I still didn't like his character at all. I just didn't like him. No, stay away from me. But that's just one of the things about this movie that I did not like was his character. I mean, he's supposed to be unpleasant. That's kind of the point of it because he's creepy. And one of the things that I really liked about this movie was the whole planet building thing, because at the beginning of the movie, Arthur, who's the main character, played by Martin Freeman, his planet gets destroyed. Like, the entire planet gets destroyed. Well, not just him, but also Trillian, or Trisha. And it turns out via Slightbot Faust that that they make planets. Like sort of Bart Foster, who's played by Bill Nighy, he basically well he I guess he runs something that builds planets. Like it's basically like an organization or something like that builds planets, which is awesome because they're basically building a backup called Earth Mark II, which is a fantastic idea, and it's just cool to be able to build that kind of stuff, build planets, which is awesome. And they had like custom planets, which is really weird, but in general, I just like that idea. It was really cool. But that's really all I can say about The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It's a movie that's really fun. It's really well done. If you like sci-fi comedies, and this is a great movie, it came out in a really good year. I mean, 2005 was a great year for a lot of things. There was a lot coming out during that year, and I just really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the characters in it. I enjoyed the space aspect of it. I enjoyed the guy. I enjoyed everything about it. Really, you just all that stuff. It's just an enjoyable movie. It's really fun and it has a great story. It has a very funny story, but it's meant to be like that. It's a comedy movie, but it's still very fun, and I really enjoyed it. So I'm gonna leave this movie here with a 8 out of 10, mainly because of Zaphod's head thing. I didn't like that, and that's Bogons. But that's a pretty good score. I don't want to give like all these movies a perfect score unless I really love them. And I didn't really love Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I liked it. I really enjoyed it, but I didn't love it, because there's a number of things that I had problems with. But it's still fun movie and overall really enjoyable. And oh, by the way, the mouses are evil. They basically foreshadow what's gonna happen at the end of the movie. They just pop out of nowhere. They're just like there. But anyway, yeah, 8 out of 10, and I would recommend it. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Reviewed. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the like button. I really enjoy your support. And if you're new to this channel, subscribe for more episodes of this series and of this series that do, as well as other content. Also, make sure to click the bell to enable alerts so you don't miss my uploads. And I'll be back next time with another episode. Alright? See ya.